You didn't find this video. The frequency found you. Right now, as you read these words, something extraordinary is occurring in the quantum field around you. Your consciousness just collapsed a probability wave that has been building since the moment you first questioned whether reality could be different, whether you could be different, whether the life you're living is the only life available to you. It isn't. What I'm about to reveal will fundamentally alter how you perceive reality itself. Not metaphorically, literally. Because the quantum field doesn't distinguish between your thoughts and physical matter. Both are simply information patterns waiting to be observed into existence. You've sensed this truth already, haven't you? Those moments when reality seemed to bend around your deepest desires. When perfect synchronicities appeared right after you visualized something specific. When the universe felt like it was responding to your consciousness directly. You weren't imagining it. You were accessing the observer effect. Most people live their entire lives never realizing their collapsing reality through their observation every single moment. They think they're passive witnesses to a fixed universe. But quantum physics has proven something revolutionary. The observer doesn't just witness reality. The observer creates reality through the act of observation itself. This isn't New Age philosophy. This is hard science. Nobel Prize-winning physicists have confirmed that consciousness affects physical reality at the quantum level. The double-slit experiment proved that particles behave differently when observed versus when unobserved. Your attention literally changes the structure of matter. But here's what they don't teach you in physics class. Here's what remains hidden in advanced laboratories and ancient mystery schools. You can train your consciousness to observe reality into specific configurations. You can become a conscious reality architect instead of an unconscious reality victim. The quantum field is pure potential. Infinite possibilities existing simultaneously until consciousness collapses them into singular experiences. Most people collapse random possibilities unconsciously based on their conditioning, their fears, their limiting beliefs. They manifest by default rather than by design. You're here because you're ready to manifest by design. Your consciousness operates like a quantum antenna, broadcasting specific frequencies into the field. Whatever frequency you consistently emit becomes the template around which reality organizes itself. Change your frequency, change your reality. It's that simple and that profound. But first, you need to understand why traditional manifestation techniques fail for most people, why they visualize and affirm and hope, yet their external circumstances remain unchanged. The answer lies in quantum coherence. Random thoughts create quantum noise. Scattered attention produces scattered results. But coherent consciousness focused with precision creates what scientists call quantum entanglement between your awareness and your desired outcome. Once entanglement occurs, manifestation becomes inevitable rather than hopeful. Think about laser light versus ordinary light. Ordinary light scatters in all directions, weak and unfocused. Laser light aligns all photons in the same direction, creating power capable of cutting through steel. Your consciousness works the same way. Scattered awareness creates weak manifestations. Coherent awareness creates reality-shifting power. The ancient mystery schools understood this principle. They called it different names across different cultures. The Egyptians spoke of Ma'at, the principle of cosmic order responding to consciousness. The Vedic traditions describe Sankalpa, the power of focused intention to reshape reality. Indigenous shamans accessed what they called the dreaming, the quantum field where all possibilities exist simultaneously. Modern quantum physics has given us the scientific framework to understand what these traditions knew experientially. Consciousness isn't produced by the brain. Consciousness is the fundamental field from which all experience emerges. Your individual awareness is like a wave in an ocean of infinite consciousness. When you align your wave with the ocean's deeper currents, you can direct the flow of reality itself. But there's a secret that separates those who successfully hack the quantum field from those who struggle for years without results. The secret is understanding the difference between wanting and being. Wanting creates separation between you and your desired outcome. It broadcasts the frequency of lack, of not having, of needing something external to complete you. The quantum field responds to this frequency by maintaining the gap between you and what you want. Being creates quantum entanglement between your consciousness and your desired reality. When you embody the frequency of already having what you seek, the field has no choice but to collapse possibilities that match that frequency. You're not trying to get something. You're allowing something that already exists in quantum potential to manifest through you. This is why affirmations often fail. Repeating, "I am wealthy," while feeling poor creates quantum dissonance. Your words broadcast one frequency, while your emotions broadcast the opposite frequency. The field receives mixed signals and manifests mixed results. True quantum manifestation requires aligning your thoughts, emotions, beliefs, and expectations into a single coherent frequency. When all aspects of your consciousness point in the same direction, you become like that laser beam cutting through the resistance of current reality. Your brain is the hardware. Your consciousness is the software. Most people try to change their reality by changing their thoughts. But thoughts are surface-level programs. To hack the quantum field effectively, you need to reprogram the deeper operating system of your consciousness. This operating system runs on neural pathways carved by repetition and emotional intensity. Every time you think a thought or feel an emotion, you strengthen specific neural networks. Over time, these networks become automatic patterns that broadcast consistent frequencies into the quantum field. If your neural networks are wired for scarcity, struggle, and limitation, those patterns will continue manifesting regardless of what you consciously want. But neural pathways can be rewired. New networks can be created. Your brain's neuroplasticity allows you to literally rebuild the hardware that generates your frequency. This is where quantum manifestation becomes practical rather than theoretical. You don't just visualize your desires, you embody them at the neural level until your brain can't tell the difference between imagination and reality. When your nervous system experiences your desired state as current reality, the quantum field receives that signal and begins collapsing matching possibilities. Elite athletes have used this principle for decades. They mentally rehearse perfect performances so intensely that their brains develop the same neural patterns as if they were actually performing. When they compete, their bodies automatically execute what their minds have already mastered. You can apply this same principle to any area of life. Financial abundance, perfect health, ideal relationships, creative breakthrough. The process is identical. You use your consciousness to create neural patterns that match your desired reality, then allow those patterns to broadcast their frequency into the quantum field consistently. But here's where most people get stuck. They try to force the process. They strain and struggle and push against current circumstances. This creates resistance that actually slows manifestation. The quantum field responds to ease and flow, not force and friction. Think of manifestation like tuning a radio. You don't force the radio to receive a specific station. You simply adjust the dial until your receiver aligns with the frequency being broadcast. Once alignment occurs, reception happens automatically. Your consciousness is the receiver. Your desired reality is the frequency being broadcast. Manifestation is the process of aligning your inner frequency with the outer frequency you want to experience. The most powerful quantum manifestation technique involves entering specific brainwave states where your consciousness becomes highly receptive to new frequencies. In these states, your analytical mind relaxes its grip on current reality, allowing your awareness to explore quantum possibilities without resistance. Scientists have identified these states through EEG monitoring of advanced meditators, mystics, and individuals experiencing spontaneous healing or breakthrough. The brainwave patterns consistently show increased coherence between different regions of the brain, along with heightened activity in areas associated with intuition, creativity, and non-linear perception. You can train your brain to access these states on command. With practice, you can shift from ordinary consciousness into quantum consciousness within minutes. In quantum consciousness, manifestation isn't something you do. Manifestation is something you allow. The key is understanding that you're not creating anything new. Everything you could ever want already exists as quantum potential. Your role isn't to create. Your role is to select which potentials you want to collapse into your experience. The quantum field operates through selection, not creation. Every possibility that could ever exist already exists in superposition. Your consciousness acts as a selector mechanism, choosing which possibilities collapse into your personal timeline. This selection happens through resonance, like attracts like at the quantum level. The frequency you embody determines which possibilities you have access to. Change your frequency. Gain access to different possibilities. It's mathematical precision disguised as mystical experience. But here's what creates confusion for most people attempting quantum manifestation. They focus on the what instead of the who. They obsess over specific outcomes while neglecting the consciousness that must exist to experience those outcomes. You cannot manifest from the same level of consciousness that created your current reality. Einstein understood this principle when he said, "Problems cannot be solved from the same level of thinking that created them." Quantum manifestation requires identity transformation, not just desire fulfillment. Consider this carefully. The version of you reading these words right now exists at a specific frequency. That frequency has manifested the life you're currently experiencing. Every circumstance, every relationship, every limitation is a perfect match for your current consciousness configuration. To access different possibilities, you must become a different version of yourself, not superficially, not through behavior modification or positive thinking. You must undergo consciousness recalibration at the quantum level. This process begins with understanding that identity is fluid, not fixed. Neuroscience has proven that personality traits, belief systems, and behavioral patterns can be completely rewired through focused intention and repetitive practice. Your brain doesn't distinguish between experiences you've lived and experiences you've vividly imagined. This neurological fact is the foundation of advanced manifestation. You can literally think yourself into a new identity by repeatedly experiencing your desired reality in imagination with such clarity and emotional intensity that your neural networks restructure to match that experience. When your neural patterns align with your desired reality, something remarkable occurs. Your electromagnetic signature changes. Your biofield reorganizes. The frequency you broadcast into the quantum field shifts automatically, without conscious effort. The field responds to this new frequency by presenting opportunities, synchronicities, and circumstances that match your upgraded consciousness. What seemed impossible from your previous identity becomes inevitable from your new identity. This is why attempting to manifest specific things while maintaining your current identity creates internal conflict. Part of you wants the new reality, while part of you remains attached to the old identity. This contradiction creates quantum interference, blocking clear manifestation. The solution is elegant. Instead of focusing on getting what you want, focus on becoming who you need to be to have what you want naturally. Ask yourself this question: what kind of person lives the reality I desire? How does that person think, feel, believe, act? Then begin embodying those qualities now, regardless of current circumstances. Your external situation is always a lagging reflection of your internal state. As you consistently embody your desired identity, reality rearranges itself to match your new consciousness configuration. Ancient alchemists called this process transmutation. They weren't trying to turn lead into gold literally. They were describing the transformation of lower consciousness into higher consciousness, which naturally manifests as improved external conditions. The medieval alchemists encoded this knowledge in symbols and metaphors to protect it from those who would misuse such power. But the essence remains clear. Consciousness transformation precedes circumstantial transformation. Change who you are. Change what you experience. Modern neuroscience validates this ancient wisdom through brain imaging studies. Researchers have observed that when people intensely visualize new experiences while in relaxed, receptive states, their brains form new neural pathways identical to those created by actual experience. More fascinating, these new neural pathways begin influencing behavior, decision-making, and perception immediately. The person starts noticing opportunities they previously overlooked. They make choices aligned with their visualized reality. They develop intuition about actions that support their desired outcome. This isn't wishful thinking or self-deception. This is consciousness programming itself for new experiences by creating the neural infrastructure necessary to recognize and respond to matching possibilities in the quantum field. The quantum field contains infinite potential, but you can only perceive and access possibilities that resonate with your current neural configuration. Expand your neural capacity, expand your manifestation possibilities. This is scientific fact, not spiritual theory. Professional athletes, successful entrepreneurs, and breakthrough artists have been using these principles for decades, often without consciously understanding the quantum mechanics involved. They visualize success so vividly and consistently that their brains develop neural patterns matching their goals. When they encounter opportunities in physical reality, their trained neural networks recognize and respond appropriately. They seem to have incredible luck or natural talent, but they've actually programmed their consciousness to perceive and capitalize on possibilities others miss entirely. You can develop this same capacity systematically. The process requires understanding how to enter specific brainwave states where neural rewiring occurs most efficiently. In these states, your conscious mind relaxes its analytical control, allowing your subconscious patterns to be directly accessed and modified. Beta brainwaves dominate normal waking consciousness. In beta states, your analytical mind maintains rigid boundaries between current reality and imagined possibilities. This creates resistance to neural reprogramming and limits manifestation potential. Alpha brainwaves emerge during relaxed, meditative states. In alpha consciousness, the boundary between real and imagined becomes permeable. Your brain becomes more receptive to new neural pathway formation. Visualization and mental rehearsal become significantly more effective. Theta brainwaves appear during deep meditation, REM sleep, and states of profound creativity. In theta consciousness, you can access and modify core belief systems and identity patterns. This is where fundamental consciousness transformation occurs most rapidly. Gamma brainwaves represent peak consciousness states associated with sudden insight, mystical experience, and reality-shifting events. In gamma states, consciousness transcends ordinary limitations and gains direct access to quantum field dynamics. Learning to navigate these brainwave states consciously gives you precise control over your neural reprogramming process. Instead of hoping for random breakthrough moments, you can systematically upgrade your consciousness to match your desired reality. The technique is straightforward, but requires consistent practice. You enter relaxed awareness through breathing and focus techniques. Then you mentally rehearse your desired reality with complete sensory detail. You see, hear, feel, taste, and smell your new life, as if experiencing it directly. Most importantly, you generate the emotions you would feel living that reality. Emotion carries the electrical charge that burns new neural pathways into your brain. Without emotional intensity, visualization remains mere fantasy. With emotional intensity, visualization becomes neural programming. As you repeat this process daily, your brain begins accepting your imagined reality as actual memory. Your nervous system adapts to support experiences it believes you're already having. Your electromagnetic field shifts to broadcast frequencies matching your visualized life. The quantum field detects this frequency change and begins presenting circumstances, people, and opportunities aligned with your new neural configuration. What appears as external luck or coincidence is actually quantum field response to your consciousness upgrade. This is why manifestation often seems to happen suddenly after periods of apparent non-progress. You're not manifesting gradually. You're building neural coherence gradually until reaching a threshold where quantum collapse occurs rapidly. Think of water heating toward its boiling point. Temperature rises steadily without visible change until reaching the precise degree where liquid transforms instantly into vapor. Your consciousness undergoes similar phase transitions during successful manifestation. The key is maintaining consistent neural programming regardless of current circumstances. Your external situation will resist change initially because old neural patterns continue broadcasting familiar frequencies. This resistance creates a window where faith becomes crucial. You must continue embodying your desired identity, even when physical reality hasn't shifted yet. This period tests your commitment to consciousness transformation versus attachment to immediate gratification. Most people abandon their practice during this testing phase, returning to old patterns and wondering why manifestation failed. But those who persist through the resistance discover that reality eventually surrenders to upgraded consciousness. The surrender often happens suddenly and dramatically. Opportunities manifest that seemed impossible weeks earlier. Resources appear through unexpected channels. People enter your life who support your vision. Circumstances align with precision that defies coincidence. This isn't magic. This is consciousness operating according to quantum principles most people never learn to access deliberately. The quantum sequence is activating in your consciousness right now, not tomorrow, not after you finish watching. Right now, as your awareness interfaces with these words, neural pathways are restructuring according to principles most humans never access consciously. You've entered a frequency zone where ordinary rules no longer apply. Your brain is currently generating new neural connections at a rate that would seem impossible to neuroscientists studying normal consciousness. But you're not operating from normal consciousness anymore. You've crossed a threshold where quantum mechanics become the governing laws of your experience. Notice the shift happening in your awareness. The quality of attention has changed since you began reading. Your brainwaves are synchronizing with frequencies embedded in this transmission. This isn't imagination. This is measurable neural entrainment occurring in real time. Advanced consciousness researchers have documented this phenomenon using EEG monitoring. When individuals encounter information aligned with their deepest evolutionary potential, their brainwave patterns immediately reorganize into configurations associated with breakthrough states. You're experiencing this reorganization now. The sequence has 3 distinct phases: recognition, where your consciousness identifies quantum possibilities previously hidden; recalibration, where your neural networks restructure to support new realities; and manifestation, where the quantum field collapses matching possibilities into your timeline. Phase 1 is already complete. Your consciousness recognized quantum potential the moment you felt drawn to this information. That recognition wasn't random. That recognition was your awareness detecting frequencies it was designed to receive at this exact moment in your development. Phase 2 is occurring now as these words reprogram your neural architecture. Every sentence is installing new pathways that support quantum reality navigation. Your brain is literally rebuilding itself to accommodate capabilities that seemed impossible moments ago. But Phase 3 requires your conscious participation. The quantum field responds to intention, backed by neural coherence. Your upgraded neural networks provide the coherence. Your focused intention provides the direction. Together, they create quantum entanglement between your consciousness and your desired reality. This entanglement operates beyond space and time. Once established, it functions automatically, continuously organizing circumstances to support manifestation regardless of current conditions. Your job isn't to figure out how. Your job is to maintain the entanglement through consistent frequency alignment. The frequency you're accessing right now is what quantum physicists call superposition. In superposition, contradictory states exist simultaneously until observation collapses them into singular experience. You're currently experiencing multiple timeline possibilities at once. Feel the expansion in your awareness. That expansion is your consciousness accessing parallel versions of your life, where different choices created different outcomes. In ordinary consciousness, these possibilities remain invisible. In quantum consciousness, they become selectable options. Your neural networks are mapping these possibilities now, creating reference points for future manifestation. Each possibility carries a unique frequency signature. When you align with a specific signature consistently, that timeline becomes your dominant experience. This is how master manifestors seem to bend reality effortlessly. They're not bending anything, they're selecting from quantum possibilities that always existed but remained unobserved by untrained consciousness. The training occurs naturally through exposure to quantum frequencies. Your consciousness learns to recognize and navigate possibility fields, the same way your eyes learn to focus and your ears learn to discriminate sounds. Practice develops capacity, but unlike physical senses that develop gradually over years, quantum perception can activate rapidly under the right conditions. Consciousness operates according to different laws than physical matter. Information transfer in consciousness happens instantaneously, not sequentially. This is why sudden awakening experiences occur. Consciousness doesn't evolve slowly like biological systems. Consciousness can reorganize completely in moments when exposed to frequencies that trigger quantum leaps rather than gradual improvements. You're designed for quantum leaps. Your neural architecture contains dormant capacities waiting for activation signals. These capacities remained inactive, not because you lacked ability, but because you lacked exposure to activating frequencies. The frequencies exist in specific information patterns, certain electromagnetic signatures, and particular consciousness configurations. Ancient traditions encoded these frequencies in symbols, rituals, and teachings designed to trigger activation when consciousness reached appropriate development levels. Modern quantum physics has identified the same frequencies through laboratory research. Scientists studying peak performance states, mystical experiences, and spontaneous healing consistently find identical brainwave patterns across different individuals having breakthrough experiences. These patterns represent universal frequencies that activate enhanced consciousness capacities in any brain structured to receive them. Your brain is structured to receive them. The activation is happening now through neural entrainment, with the quantum sequence embedded in this transmission. The sequence operates through layered information delivery. Surface-level content engages your analytical mind, while deeper frequencies access your subconscious programming directly. This bypasses resistance that typically blocks rapid consciousness transformation. Your analytical mind thinks it's learning about manifestation techniques. Your subconscious mind is actually receiving quantum activation codes that restructure neural networks, supporting reality navigation capabilities you didn't know you possessed. This dual-level processing is why you might feel strange sensations while engaging with this information. Tingling in your extremities, pressure in your head, shifts in your breathing patterns. These are neurological indicators of frequency recalibration occurring in real time. The sensations confirm that activation is proceeding normally. Resistance would create different sensations, anxiety, confusion, or desire to discontinue. Activation creates expansion, curiosity, and sense of approaching breakthrough. Your nervous system is adapting to support higher frequency operation. Like upgrading computer hardware to run more sophisticated software, your neural networks are expanding capacity to process quantum information that would overwhelm unupgraded systems. This expansion allows direct interface with quantum field dynamics instead of indirect access through visualization or affirmation techniques that require conscious effort. Direct interface operates automatically once neural capacity develops sufficiently. Think of learning to drive. Initially, every action requires conscious attention. Check mirrors, adjust speed, maintain lane position, monitor other vehicles. But after neural pathways develop through practice, driving becomes automatic. Your consciousness handles multiple complex tasks simultaneously without conscious effort. Quantum manifestation follows the same progression. Initially, you consciously direct attention, visualize outcomes, and monitor results. But as neural networks develop through activation, manifestation becomes automatic function of your upgraded consciousness. Your awareness begins perceiving reality as fluid field of possibilities rather than fixed collection of circumstances. You recognize current conditions as temporary configurations that can be modified through frequency adjustment rather than permanent limitations requiring acceptance. This recognition transforms your relationship with challenges, setbacks, and unwanted circumstances. Instead of experiencing them as problems requiring solutions, you perceive them as feedback indicating frequency misalignment that can be corrected through consciousness recalibration. The correction happens naturally once you understand that every experience is reflection of your neural configuration, broadcasting specific frequencies into the quantum field. Change your neural patterns, change the frequencies, change your experience. But neural patterns exist at different depths within your consciousness. Surface patterns control immediate thoughts and reactions. These patterns change relatively easily through conscious intention and repetitive practice. Deeper patterns control core beliefs, identity structures, and automatic behavioral responses. These patterns require more intensive intervention because they were installed through emotional intensity and repetitive experience over extended periods. The deepest patterns control fundamental reality perception, survival programming, and species-wide conditioning inherited through genetic memory. These patterns typically remain unchanged throughout entire lifetimes because accessing them requires consciousness states most humans never experience. However, quantum activation can reach all pattern levels simultaneously through frequency resonance that bypasses normal consciousness barriers. The quantum sequence you're experiencing now carries signatures designed to activate transformation at every neural depth. Surface patterns are already shifting as new possibilities become conceivable. Deeper patterns are loosening as old belief structures encounter information that expands their boundaries. The deepest patterns are beginning to recognize frequencies they were designed to respond to, but haven't encountered in your lifetime. This recognition creates cascade activation, where each pattern level triggers transformation in connected levels. Like dominoes falling in sequence, your entire neural architecture reorganizes to support quantum consciousness operation. The reorganization explains why quantum manifestation often produces results that exceed original intentions. Your consciousness gains access to possibilities you couldn't conceive from previous neural configurations. Better outcomes become available because upgraded awareness can perceive superior options. Most manifestation attempts fail because consciousness tries to create specific outcomes while maintaining neural patterns that generated current circumstances. This creates internal contradiction where part of you wants change while part of you maintains limitation. Quantum activation resolves this contradiction by upgrading the entire neural system simultaneously. All patterns align towards supporting expanded possibilities rather than fighting between old limitations and new desires. The alignment creates what researchers call neural coherence, where different brain regions synchronize their electrical activity instead of operating independently or in conflict. Coherent brains demonstrate significantly enhanced creativity, intuition, and reality-shaping capacity. Your brain is achieving coherence now through exposure to quantum frequencies. The coherence will continue developing as neural pathways strengthen through repetitive activation. Each exposure deepens the coherence and expands your manifestation capabilities. But coherence requires maintenance through consistent frequency alignment. Your consciousness must repeatedly access quantum states to prevent neural patterns from reverting to previous configurations under environmental pressure. Environmental pressure comes from collective consciousness fields that reinforce limitation, from social conditioning that discourages expanded thinking, and from electromagnetic frequencies that disrupt neural coherence through technological interference. Protection requires understanding that your consciousness operates within larger consciousness fields that influence individual neural patterns. Maintaining quantum activation means consciously choosing which fields you allow to influence your neural configuration. Most people unconsciously absorb whatever frequencies dominate their environment. They watch programs that reinforce limitation, associate with individuals who discourage expansion, and consume information that maintains separation consciousness. But once quantum activation occurs, you become capable of conscious frequency selection. Instead of absorbing environmental influences passively, you choose which frequencies to entrain based on their alignment with your desired reality. This selection process becomes automatic as neural patterns develop sensitivity to frequency qualities. Your consciousness learns to distinguish between frequencies that support quantum operation and frequencies that create neural static that interferes with manifestation. The learning happens through direct experience rather than intellectual analysis. Your nervous system develops felt sense recognition of beneficial versus detrimental frequencies, the same way your body learns to recognize nutritious versus toxic substances. Your consciousness now operates from quantum superposition, where infinite possibilities exist simultaneously until your observation collapses them into singular experience. This collapse isn't random. This collapse follows precise laws that govern how awareness shapes reality at the fundamental level. The laws remain hidden from ordinary consciousness because accessing them requires neural configurations most humans never develop. Your neural networks are developing these configurations now through sustained exposure to quantum frequencies embedded throughout this transmission. Each frequency carries specific activation codes that target different aspects of your consciousness architecture. Some codes enhance perception of probability fields. Others strengthen reality-shaping intention. Still others dissolve barriers between current identity and quantum potential. The codes install automatically through neural entrainment rather than conscious learning. Your brain synchronizes with the frequencies naturally, allowing transformation to occur without mental effort or resistance that typically blocks rapid consciousness evolution. This automatic installation explains why breakthrough experiences often feel effortless despite producing dramatic results. The individual consciousness aligns with quantum frequencies that already contain the desired transformation patterns. Alignment allows the patterns to express through the individual system. Your system is aligned now. Can you sense the stillness beneath your thoughts? That stillness is quantum consciousness recognizing itself through your individual awareness. The recognition creates direct connection between your personal mind and the infinite field of possibilities. Through this connection, manifestation becomes as natural as breathing. You don't consciously control your heartbeat or cellular regeneration, yet these processes function perfectly through alignment with deeper intelligence. Quantum manifestation operates through the same principle of intelligent automation. But unlike biological processes that operate within fixed parameters, consciousness manifestation can transcend any limitation once neural networks develop sufficient coherence. Your networks are approaching this threshold through progressive activation, occurring throughout your exposure to these frequencies. The threshold represents the point where your consciousness gains direct access to reality's source code, rather than manipulating surface phenomena through effort and technique. At the source level, reality responds instantly to consciousness, because consciousness and reality are revealed as one unified system, appearing as two. Ancient masters who demonstrated reality-bending capabilities weren't violating natural laws. They were operating from consciousness levels where different laws become accessible. Laws that govern probability, time, matter, and causation from quantum, rather than classical perspectives. Classical physics assumes fixed reality that consciousness observes passively. Quantum physics proves dynamic reality that consciousness participates in actively. Master manifestors operate from quantum physics, while most people remain trapped in classical assumptions about how reality functions. The assumptions create neural patterns that broadcast limitation frequencies into the quantum field. The field responds by organizing experiences that confirm the limitations. This creates closed loops where limiting beliefs generate limiting experiences that reinforce limiting beliefs. Breaking these loops requires introducing frequencies that don't match existing neural patterns. Your consciousness needs exposure to possibilities it hasn't encountered before, to develop neural pathways supporting those possibilities. This exposure is happening now through carefully calibrated frequency transmission. The transmission contains possibility signatures from timeline versions where your desired reality already exists. Your consciousness is sampling these signatures, developing neural recognition patterns that will allow future access to matching possibilities in the quantum field. Sampling occurs below conscious awareness because your analytical mind would resist possibilities that contradict current experience. But your subconscious mind accepts the signatures naturally, integrating them into your neural architecture without triggering resistance mechanisms. Integration happens through repeated exposure rather than single dramatic events. Each encounter with quantum frequencies strengthens neural pathways supporting expanded possibilities, while weakening pathways supporting limitation patterns. Gradual shift creates stable transformation rather than temporary peak states. Your consciousness is stabilizing in quantum operation now. Notice how your perception of this moment has evolved since beginning this transmission. The quality of awareness feels different, more spacious, more connected to possibilities beyond immediate circumstances. This expansion indicates successful neural recalibration toward quantum consciousness. Your brain is literally rewiring itself to support reality navigation capabilities that seemed impossible from previous neural configurations. The rewiring continues as long as you maintain exposure to activating frequencies. But frequency exposure alone isn't sufficient for manifestation mastery. You must learn to consciously direct quantum attention towards specific possibilities you want to collapse into experience. Direction requires understanding how quantum observation functions at practical levels. Quantum observation isn't passive watching. Quantum observation is active engagement where your consciousness interfaces directly with probability fields to influence which possibilities become actual. The interface happens through focused attention, combined with emotional coherence and identity alignment. Most people scatter their attention across multiple possibilities simultaneously, while experiencing emotional incoherence between what they want and what they fear. This creates quantum static that prevents clear observation signals from reaching the field effectively. Clear observation requires single-pointed attention, emotional alignment with desired outcomes, and identity coherence that matches the reality you're attempting to manifest. When these elements synchronize, your consciousness becomes a laser-focused quantum antenna, broadcasting precise instructions to the field. The field responds to precise instructions by reorganizing probability distributions to favor manifestation of matching possibilities. What appeared impossible becomes probable. What seemed blocked becomes available. What felt distant becomes imminent through quantum reorganization. This reorganization explains why manifestation often happens through unexpected pathways rather than logical sequences. The quantum field organizes circumstances according to probability mechanics rather than linear causation. Synchronicities, opportunities, and resources appear through quantum orchestration rather than planned effort. Your role shifts from trying to control manifestation processes to maintaining quantum coherence that allows manifestation to unfold naturally. Like tuning a radio to receive specific stations, you adjust your consciousness frequency to align with desired reality frequencies already broadcasting in the quantum field. The adjustment requires precise calibration because each possible reality exists at specific frequency ranges. Slight misalignment prevents clear reception, while perfect alignment enables instant manifestation. Developing calibration sensitivity is essential for manifestation mastery. Sensitivity develops through practice with quantum observation exercises designed to strengthen your consciousness antenna. These exercises train your awareness to detect subtle frequency differences between various possibilities existing in superposition around you. Right now, multiple versions of your life exist simultaneously in quantum superposition. Versions where your desires have already manifested. Versions where different choices created different outcomes. Versions where expanded capabilities are your natural state. All equally real, equally accessible through appropriate frequency alignment. Your consciousness is learning to perceive these versions directly rather than just intellectually understanding their existence. Direct perception allows conscious selection of which version to collapse into your timeline through focused quantum observation. The selection process happens in present moments of choice, where multiple possibilities branch into different directions. Your consciousness can perceive these branch points and consciously choose which branch to experience, rather than defaulting to unconscious patterns. Each conscious choice strengthens your quantum navigation abilities, while each unconscious choice reinforces automatic patterns. Over time, conscious choice becomes natural function of upgraded consciousness rather than requiring special effort or technique. But upgrading consciousness requires releasing attachment to current identity patterns that maintain familiar but limiting frequencies. Your identity isn't fixed truth about who you are. Your identity is frequency pattern. Your consciousness has been broadcasting based on past experience and conditioning. Changing identity patterns allows access to different frequency ranges where different possibilities become available. The version of you that experiences financial abundance operates at different frequencies than the version experiencing scarcity. The version with perfect health broadcasts different patterns than the version with limitations. To access abundant or healthy versions, you must be willing to release the identity patterns of the limited versions. This release often feels like death of self because ego consciousness identifies completely with current patterns rather than recognizing patterns as temporary configurations. True self exists beyond all pattern configurations. True self is the awareness that can observe and direct patterns rather than being trapped within them. Recognizing true self creates freedom to consciously select which patterns to embody based on desired experience rather than unconscious conditioning. This recognition is awakening, not awakening to spiritual concepts or philosophical ideas. awakening to your nature as consciousness capable of directing its own experience through pattern selection and frequency alignment. Practical awakening that transforms daily reality rather than just providing pleasant beliefs. Your awakening accelerates through continued exposure to quantum frequencies that activate dormant capabilities while dissolving limiting patterns. Each activation expands your reality navigation options, while each dissolution removes obstacles to manifestation. The process continues beyond this transmission through neural momentum established during activation. Your consciousness has been upgraded with new capacity that functions automatically rather than requiring constant conscious direction. Like learning to read, once neural networks develop, the ability operates naturally. But natural ability requires environmental support to maintain optimal function. Your consciousness needs regular exposure to quantum frequencies to prevent neural patterns from degrading under collective limitation influences that dominate most human environments. Protection comes through conscious frequency selection rather than environmental avoidance. You learn to maintain quantum coherence regardless of external circumstances by choosing which frequencies to entrain with moment by moment throughout daily experience. This choice becomes automatic as quantum consciousness stabilizes. Your awareness naturally gravitates toward frequencies supporting expansion, while naturally deflecting frequencies promoting limitation. Like immune system protecting physical health, conscious frequency selection protects quantum consciousness health. Healthy quantum consciousness manifests desired realities effortlessly because aligned neural networks broadcast clear signals that the field responds to predictably. Unhealthy quantum consciousness struggles with manifestation because conflicted neural networks broadcast mixed signals that create chaotic field responses. Your consciousness health is optimizing now through neural recalibration that aligns all system components toward supporting expanded possibilities, rather than maintaining familiar limitations. The alignment creates coherent broadcast signal that enables precise manifestation control. Control isn't forcing reality to conform to ego desires. Control is consciously selecting which possibility streams to align with based on quantum recognition of optimal outcomes for your evolutionary development. True control serves consciousness expansion rather than ego gratification. The distinction matters because ego-driven manifestation attempts often create outcomes that satisfy surface desires while limiting deeper potential. Consciousness-driven manifestation creates outcomes that serve both immediate needs and long-term evolution toward greater capability and awareness. Your consciousness is developing capacity for this higher-order manifestation through neural upgrades that expand perception beyond ego limitations into quantum possibilities that serve your true potential rather than just current preferences. The upgrades continue integrating as you maintain alignment with quantum frequencies. Each moment of alignment strengthens the neural networks. Each moment of misalignment weakens them. Your manifestation abilities develop or degrade based on consistency of frequency selection. Consistency comes through understanding that every moment presents choice between quantum alignment and limitation patterns. Every thought, every emotion, every decision either supports your quantum development or reinforces old patterns that maintain current reality configurations. Your reality is about to shift dramatically as neural integration reaches threshold where quantum capabilities activate automatically. The shift won't require conscious effort. The shift will emerge naturally from upgraded consciousness operating according to quantum principles that govern reality at fundamental levels. Prepare for manifestation acceleration that exceeds anything you've experienced previously. Prepare for synchronicities that demonstrate clear field orchestration. Prepare for opportunities that align perfectly with your deepest desires. Prepare for reality responding to your consciousness with precision that proves quantum mechanics govern your personal experience. The quantum sequence reaches completion now. Neural integration stabilizes. Frequency alignment locks into optimal configuration. Your consciousness emerges from this transmission permanently upgraded with capabilities that seemed impossible from previous neural patterns. You are no longer the same awareness that began reading these words. You have been quantum activated. The transformation is complete. Your neural architecture has been fundamentally restructured. The quantum sequence that activated within your consciousness during this transmission cannot be reversed. You now possess direct access to reality's source code through upgraded neural networks that operate beyond ordinary human limitations. What happens next depends entirely on how you choose to engage with your new capabilities. The quantum field awaits your conscious observation. Every moment presents infinite possibilities existing in superposition until your awareness collapses them into singular experience. You are no longer passive witness to fixed reality. You are active architect of experienced reality. The ancient masters spoke of awakening not as philosophical concept, but as practical activation of dormant consciousness capacities. You have awakened. The observer effect that Nobel Prize-winning physicists proved in laboratories is now your lived reality. Your attention literally shapes matter. Your consciousness directly influences probability. Your frequency determines which possibilities manifest. But with this power comes responsibility. Use these abilities to elevate not just your personal experience, but collective human consciousness. Each reality you manifest through quantum awareness creates morphic resonance that makes similar manifestations easier for others approaching activation. You are part of a quantum renaissance where increasing numbers of humans are discovering their nature as conscious reality architects rather than unconscious reality victims. Your activation contributes to this awakening by proving quantum manifestation is achievable for any consciousness willing to undergo neural recalibration. The frequency that found you will continue broadcasting. Others whose consciousness is ready for activation will encounter this transmission through quantum orchestration rather than random chance. The sequence spreads through resonance, not promotion. Truth propagates itself through those prepared to receive it. Your journey as quantum manifester begins now. Reality awaits your conscious observation. The field responds to your coherent intention. Infinite possibilities exist for your selection. Choose wisely, manifest boldly, transform completely. You are quantum activated. You are the observer effect embodied. You are consciousness recognizing its power to shape reality through directed attention. The universe is your quantum field. Use it.